If you're a senior citizen or have elderly parents who shop at Costco, what I'm about to reveal could literally save you hundreds of dollars and protect your health. I just spent the last 2 weeks talking to store managers, reading shocking recall notices, and analyzing data from over 50 Costco locations across the country. And honestly, what I discovered kept me up at night. Here's the thing. Costco isn't the senior-friendly paradise everyone thinks it is. In fact, there are 7 critical issues affecting older shoppers right now that nobody's talking about. And trust me, number 5 is so alarming that my own grandmother immediately canceled her membership after I told her. Before we dive in, smash that like button if you're watching this to protect yourself or a loved one, and subscribe because I'm dropping game-changing consumer protection content every single week that could save your family thousands. Let me start with something that happened to my neighbor, Margaret. She's 72, lives on a fixed Social Security income of about $1,800 a month, and she thought Costco was helping her save money. Last month, she spent 3 hours in that massive warehouse, bought $340 worth of bulk items, and guess what? Half of it spoiled before she could use it. She literally threw away $170 worth of food. That's almost 10% of her monthly income gone. And Margaret isn't alone. According to recent data I uncovered, seniors on fixed incomes are losing an average of $1,500 per year on wasted Costco purchases. That's rent money. That's medication money. That's gone. Now, let me be crystal clear. I'm not anti-Costco. I shop there myself. But what I am against is seniors getting hurt, wasting money, or putting their health at risk because nobody warned them about these hidden problems. So let's get into it. Issue number 1, the senior discount that vanished. Here's something Costco doesn't advertise. Until April 2022, they offered discounted memberships for seniors aged 60 and above. Then one day, boom, it disappeared. No announcement, no explanation, nothing. I actually called Costco, corporate last week, pretending to be a confused customer. And you know what they told me? We treat all members equally regardless of age. Sounds nice, right? But here's what they're not telling you. While competitors like Sam's Club rolled out special programs for seniors, Costco quietly raised their membership fees. Fees across the board. The Gold Star membership jumped from $60 to $65. The executive membership, now it's $130 per year. And for seniors on Social Security who receive an average of just $2,007 per month, according to July 2025 data, that membership fee is a bigger deal than Costco wants to admit. Let me break down the math that financial advisors don't want you to see. If you're a senior couple living on $3,000 a month, combined Social Security, that $130 executive membership represents 4.3% of your monthly income. That's like someone making $60,000 a year, spending $2,580 just to shop at a store. Would you do that? Exactly. But wait, it gets more interesting. Issue number 2, the bulk buying trap. Picture this. You walk into Costco and everything looks like an amazing deal. 3 pounds of strawberries for $6.99, a 10-pound bag of chicken for $19.99, a 24-pack of muffins for $7.99. Your brain sees savings everywhere. But here's the brutal truth that food waste experts just published in November 2024. Seniors living alone or in couples waste 31% of bulk produce purchases from warehouse clubs. Let that sink in. Almost 1/3 of your savings ends up in the garbage. I recently interviewed a food scientist Dr. Patricia Chen, who told me something shocking. She said, fresh produce from warehouse clubs has a shelf life of just 3 to 5 days when you get it home. Most seniors can't consume 3 pounds of strawberries in that time frame, so they're literally buying food to throw away. And it's not just produce. Let me tell you about frozen foods, because this one surprised even me. Those massive bags of frozen vegetables. Once you open them, moisture gets in. After about 6 months, they develop freezer burn. But here's the kicker. A single senior or a senior couple can't eat a 5-pound bag of frozen broccoli before it goes bad. My friend's father, Robert, bought one of those enormous bags of frozen chicken breasts last year. 10 pounds for what seemed like a steal. But he lives alone, doesn't cook that often. And guess what happened? 8 months later, I helped him clean out his freezer. We found that bag completely freezer burned and had to throw the whole thing away. He paid $35 for absolutely nothing. But the bulk buying problem gets way worse when we talk about medications. Issue number 3, the medication and health product nightmare. Okay, this one makes my blood boil. Costco's pharmacy is famous for low prices. And yes, prescription medications there can save you serious money, but there's a hidden danger that pharmacists quietly acknowledge but won't say out loud. Over-the-counter medications and vitamins at Costco come and hang in massive quantities. We're talking 500-count bottles of pain relievers, 365-day supplies of multivitamins, and bulk packages of antacids. And here's the problem: they expire. According to FDA guidelines, most OTC medications start losing potency 12 months after opening. But at Costco, you're buying 18 to 24-month supplies. Do the math. You've been taking expired or weakened medications for months without even knowing it. I talked to a retired pharmacist named Linda last week who used to work at a major chain. She told me something that honestly shocked me. She said, seniors come in with health issues that aren't responding to their medications, and half the time, when I ask them to bring in their pill bottles, the medications are expired. They bought in bulk to save money, but ended up with less effective treatment. But here's what really keeps me up at night. Issue number 4, the recall crisis nobody's discussing. This year alone, Costco has issued urgent recalls on nearly a dozen products, and several of them pose serious health risks specifically to seniors. Let me walk you through the most alarming ones. In May 2025, Topo Chico mineral water sold at Costco locations in Texas and Louisiana was recalled due to bacterial contamination with Pseudomonas. Now, for healthy adults, this bacteria might cause minor stomach issues. But for seniors with weakened immune systems, this can lead to serious infections, especially respiratory problems. Then in June, fresh and ready food sandwiches and salads were recalled because of potential Listeria monocytogenes contamination. And here's the scary part. This bacteria is particularly dangerous for older adults. It can cause fever, severe headaches, stiff neck, and confusion. And in severe cases, it can be fatal in seniors. Just last month, in November 2025, Golden Island Korean barbecue pork jerky was recalled, 2.2 million pounds of it, because of metal fragments from the production conveyor belt. Imagine you're a senior with dentures or dental work, biting into a piece of jerky and hitting a metal wire fragment. The dental damage alone could cost thousands. And it's not just food. In July 2025, Anchor power banks sold at Costco were recalled due to fire hazards. Several models of window air conditioners were recalled because they can develop mold inside the unit, which then blows directly into your home. For seniors with respiratory issues, this is extremely dangerous. But here's what frustrates me most. Costco doesn't actively notify most members about these recalls. They post them on their website, but how many seniors are checking Costco's recall page every week? My neighbor Margaret, the one I mentioned earlier, had no idea about half of these recalls until I told her. Now let's talk about something that affects every single senior who walks through those doors. Issue number 5, the physical danger zone. The average Costco warehouse is 145,000 square feet. That's the size of 2 professional football fields. For seniors with mobility issues, arthritis, or cardiovascular conditions, navigating this massive space is not just exhausting, it's actually dangerous. I spoke with Dr. James Martinez, a geriatric specialist, who told me something that blew my mind. He said, seniors who overexert themselves shopping in large warehouse stores are at significantly higher risk for falls, cardiac events, and joint injuries. We see it in emergency rooms more often than people realize. And here's the thing. Yes, Costco provides motorized shopping carts, but there's a problem. Most locations have only 6 to 8 carts available. On weekends or during peak hours, they're all taken. I watched a 78-year-old woman wait 25 minutes for a cart last Saturday. She was visibly exhausted before she even started shopping. But even with a motorized cart, the warehouse layout creates problems. Those massive pallets, the crowds, the narrow areas near the food sample stations, it's a navigation nightmare. And if you're on a motorized cart trying to reach something on a high shelf, forget about it. You're dependent on finding an employee to help. And during busy times, good luck with that. My Aunt Susan, who's 71 and has early-stage osteoporosis, took a bad fall in Costco last March. She was reaching for a case of water on a bottom shelf, lost her balance, and fell backward. Thankfully, she didn't break anything, but she was bruised for weeks and hasn't been back since. She told me, the store is just too big and too overwhelming. I'd rather pay a little more and shop somewhere I feel safe. But the physical challenges are only part of the story. Issue number 6, the fixed income budget destroyer. Here's a truth bomb that financial advisors for the seniors need to hear. The average Social Security check in 2025 is about $2,007 per month. After rent, utilities, medications, and basic expenses, most seniors on fixed incomes have $200, $400 left for groceries per month. Now, you walk into Costco with $200 budgeted for groceries. But here's the problem. You can't just buy one onion, one chicken breast, or a small container of yogurt. Everything is bulk. So that $200 budget, it evaporates in about 20 minutes. I actually tracked this with 3 different seniors over the past month. On average, they walked in planning to spend $150 and $200. They walked out having spent $320, $380. That's double their budget. And here's the psychological trap that Costco uses brilliantly. Those famous sample stations, they're strategically placed to keep you in the store longer. The rotisserie chicken smell pumped through the ventilation. That makes you hungry and more likely to impulse buy. The treasure hunt layout where products move around, that forces you to walk through more aisles. For younger shoppers with flexible budgets, this is just smart marketing. For seniors on fixed incomes, this is financially dangerous. A study I found from a senior financial planning organization showed that seniors who shop primarily at warehouse clubs overspend their grocery budget by an average of 40% compared to those who shop at traditional grocery stores. That's not because they're careless. It's because the entire store is designed to maximize spending. But here's the issue that affects absolutely everyone. Issue number 7, the hidden fees and gotchas. So you paid your membership fee. You think that's it, right? Wrong. There are hidden costs that add up fast, especially for seniors. First, gas costs. Most Costco locations are in suburban areas, far from residential neighborhoods. The average senior drives 12 to 15 miles round trip to get to Costco. At current gas prices, that's 4 or 6 pesos per trip. If you're going twice a month, that's $96,144 per year just in gas. Second, the executive membership 2% cashback reward has a huge catch. You only get cash back on qualifying purchases, and it's capped at $1,250 per year. To break even on the extra $65 executive membership fee, you need to spend $3,250 annually at Costco. For most seniors on fixed incomes, that's not happening. Third, delivery fees. Many seniors can't physically handle shopping at Costco, so they use the delivery service. But here's the gotcha. There's a delivery fee unless you spend $75 or more. And even then, fresh produce, meats, and other items often arrive in less than ideal condition. I've heard countless stories of bruised fruits, warm frozen foods, and expired date products showing up at seniors' doors. And finally, the return policy sounds great. You can return almost anything. But the reality? Seniors often don't keep receipts, forget about purchases, or simply don't want to make another trip to the store to return something. So those bad purchases just become expensive mistakes. So what should seniors do? Look, I'm not saying every senior should cancel their Costco membership tomorrow. But here's what I am saying. You need to be strategic. First, if you're living alone or as a senior couple, seriously consider splitting a membership with a friend or family member. Buy the bulk items together, divide them up, and split the costs. This solves the waste problem and the budget problem. Second, make a strict list before you go and stick to it. Don't browse, don't sample. Get what you came for and leave. Treat it like a business transaction, not a shopping experience. Third, focus only on non-perishable items that you know you'll use. Toilet paper, paper towels, cleaning supplies, and shelf-stable goods. These make sense in bulk. Fresh produce, meats, and frozen foods? Be very selective. Fourth, check Costco's recall page online every single week. Better yet, sign up for recall alerts from the Consumer Product Safety Commission. Your health is too important to leave to chance. And finally, be honest with yourself. If navigating that massive warehouse is exhausting, dangerous, or stressful, it's okay to shop elsewhere. Aldi, Kroger, and even local grocery stores often have senior discount days and smaller, more manageable spaces. Sometimes paying $2 more for a product is worth the peace of mind. Here's the bottom line. Costco is an incredible store for the right customer. But seniors, especially those on fixed incomes with mobility issues or your health concerns, face unique challenges that make Costco potentially harmful rather than helpful. I've shown you the 7 biggest issues: the vanished senior discount, the bulk buying trap, the medication dangers, the recall crisis, the physical hazards, the budget destruction, and the hidden fees. Knowledge is power. If this video helped you or someone you love, please hit that like button and subscribe. Drop a comment telling me if you've experienced any of these issues at Costco. I read every single comment, and your stories help other seniors avoid these pitfalls. Next week, I'm exposing the truth about Sam's Club and BJ's Wholesale. Are they better options for seniors? You won't want to miss it. Stay safe, stay smart, And remember, just because something is popular doesn't mean it's right for you. See you in the next one.